Good evening, everybody. I'm Kath from Make the Change, and it is Wednesday, the 18th of July, and it is 8 o'clock, which means it is Let's Talk time. So, over the last few weeks, we've been talking about helping yourself to feel better, think more effectively, be happier within yourself, and so that you can work more effectively through life. So tonight and last night last week we talked about quiet time and the importance of quiet time, and so this week we're going to be talking about bodily awareness. Now, basically, bodily awareness is about being aware of your body. It's about listening to it, and it's about being in touch with it. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because, my son now, he is quadriplegic, and so can only feel and move from the shoulders upwards. And it has become really, really apparent of how aware he is of things like whether he is straight in his chair, whether his shoulders are level, even to the extent of whether the vehicle is straight, parallel, next to the pavement. And he can sense any slight odd movement. So we had a great patio put down on his new home, and suddenly the other day he goes, "This slab's moving." Well, I hadn't noticed it, and all right, he is now, when you weigh him in his chair, he is about 1/4 of a ton heavy, so he is likely to move things a little bit more. And but he was really, really apparent of it. And then somebody else, his friend who was there with us, I asked him, and he goes, "Well, it does move, but only minuscule." Okay, so this is how we can, that is a really good example of how aware we can be with our body. And because he has got such restricted movement now, he is sensing and feeling with what he can very, very slight differences in angle, in angle, really. And then another example, of course, is my daughter. She does a lot of dancing, so mostly ballroom, and for her, she has to be very, very aware of her body in terms of with her partner. And I hear her talk a lot about her partner and how and how she can move her body, or is restricted by moving her body in the right way because of her dance partner. So he is her support structure, and if he's not in the right place, if his legs or his torso or his arms in the right place, then she can't be in the right place. And so she is very aware of not only what her body is doing, but what his body is doing. Okay. And so they are just two personal examples of other people's bodily awareness in everyday life, but also doing activities that they want to do. So the one bit of our body supports the other bit of our body. And last week we were talking about quiet time and how important it is to have quiet time, whether you call it quiet time or meditation or prayer. Is entirely up to you, but it is about having that time to think things through. And to help that quiet time, it's about breathing. So we all know how important good breathing is in supporting our body. And you will really notice this if you go to the gym now, because of things that have been going on in my life for the last 11 months. I haven't been able to follow through with the my fitness regime as I usually do, but I've been able to get there a bit this week, and I really notice this. And even though you may go on a machine to do your abs or to do your chest or to do your legs, it is really apparent, especially if you're out of condition like I am, or if you are pushing yourself harder and harder, that just because that machine says, right, that's going to do your abs, you're actually using the whole of your body to do the rest of the job. So on the call at the moment, we've got a golfer and we've got a mountain bike rider, and they will know exactly what I'm talking about, how one part of the body is supporting the other. And I know that, with golfing, if you are slightly out with your grip or your footwork or the angle of your club, then you're going to hit that ball way off course and maybe never be found ever again. And so it is about being aware of exactly what is going on with the whole of your body. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about something that men might think that it doesn't include them, but actually it does, because we all have a pelvic floor. And, we all have to, as we get older, we have to practice our pelvic floor exercises. And, it's very easy to practice those tiny little exercises and not breathe. But it's like anything else. Any form of muscle development or muscle conditioning is going to benefit you hugely if you breathe correctly. Okay. And so the breathing is not going to only help your blood supply system, but your muscles, but it's also going to help you concentrate on thinking about what it is about your body that you're moving. So a little exercise that I did, I lay flat out on my stomach, and I just thought, I'm just going to raise my leg up and just experience what the muscles are actually feeling like, with holding that leg as high as I can and then lowering it as slowly as I could. And it's actually amazing what you can actually feel when you are focusing on the job that you are doing. And so this goes to show, and just have a little practice at it, because it's really interesting, what you're actually feeling when you concentrate on it. And this is what being in the present is all about. It isn't just about, okay, this is today, this is this moment, and I've got to make the most of it, and try not to worry about what happened yesterday or last week or what's going to happen tomorrow or in the future, and if I don't make that decision, or I don't transfer that money in the bank, or I don't ring somebody up like I promised I should have done. This is what being in the present is, and really focusing and concentrating on what you are actually doing. So, and it isn't just about your fitness or your sport, it's about everything that you're doing, so you can really focus on it and engage in it and really make the most of it. So whether it is, if you're painting, whether you're painting the skirting boards, or you're painting a canvas, or you're drawing, or you're cooking, baking, and or just about being with the people that you're with. And tonight we've got friends coming, so I can smell the barbecue out there heating up nicely, ready for the cooking. And so actually I'm going to be a little bit torn today, because I've got my friends there. They know that I do Let's Talk on a Wednesday night, and I'm going to be a little bit split. But once my work is done for tonight, then, I need to focus on that, concentrate, on this, and then I can fully engage in being with my friends and really enjoying the time that I've got with them, because time is precious, isn't it? And time is important, and we can't get it back. Once that, that minute has gone, it's gone, hasn't it? So we have to make the most of it. So bodily awareness, be aware of not just what you're doing generally, but how you're doing it. What muscles are you using? How are you using them? How is it affecting you? And when I had my quiet time yesterday, I used this bodily awareness in my quiet time, and I was concentrating on the colours that I could see, the textures, what I could hear outside, the breeze that I could feel on my skin. But also what I was experimenting with was that I do have a bit of lower back pain, and I was concentrating on that back pain, and I was trying to move that pain away from where it was and try and move it out of my body. Now, I've never done this before. I've heard people talk about it. And in actual fact, as I concentrated on the pain and visualised it moving, so I was trying to get the pain down my leg and out and off out my foot. Once I was concentrating on that pain and starting to move it, the pain went. This is, like I said, this is something I need to concentrate more and experiment more with. But, I find this really quite interesting, that when you have pain, you're only focused on that little small area, aren't you, where the pain is. So actually trying to move that pain somehow, I suppose, took the pressure away from that area of my body, and so it wasn't there anymore. It's just like if years ago I broke my leg, and I was non-weight bearing for 6 weeks, and in a splint from all up my leg. And so I had my knee was very, very stiff. It was very, very straight. And so I had to do quite a lot of physio to get normal movement back in it. Now, I could move it, but the pain was there because my muscles and ligaments had sort of seized up. But it was about trying to work through the pain so that I could regain the normal movement again. So yes, you have to be aware of not overdoing it, overstretching it, but this just goes to show, those examples just go to show how our mind can overtake our body in a negative way, but also in a positive way as well. So it's about how you focus, how you use your breathing and your mindfulness and being in the present, so that you can push yourself and improve how you use your body in a positive way, and try and move away from the negative side of things. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. It did to me. If it doesn't, please get in touch, because it would be great to talk further about it if you didn't really grasp what I was talking about. But the thing is, just experiment with body movement, tensing, relaxing your muscles, using breathing to help you do that, and explore how you can improve the way you move, or improve perhaps a bit of pain that you've got. I'm not saying that pain movement is going to work with extreme pain. Only those who have got the extreme pain can experiment with that and see what happens. Okay. But it's just interesting to try and explore these ideas and find another way, instead of perhaps taking painkillers and pumping your body full of medication that perhaps you don't need. So I'm going to go now and enjoy my Wednesday evening. Next week I'll see you same time, same place, live on Facebook, and we're going to be talking about muscle memory. So you have a fantastic evening, and I'd just like to say, lovely to see you here live, Nick, and also Sarah. And I know that both of you are going to be having some great weekends watching the golf and playing golf, and also out on your bike. Sorry, my camera's moving a little bit, and out on your bike, Sarah. So have a fabulous weekend, and I look forward to being here again at 8 o'clock next Wednesday with Let's Talk Memory Management. Bye bye now.